another road dog that traveled a long way to join us, and we appreciate it. Probably gonna. Sure. Now, he was one of the first customizers I ever saw, introducing us to the concept of customizing. So, tell them a little bit about some of the direction you're thinking of and what you're executing.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've always been a guy who's just like I've been a collector for a long time for Joes and other figures, and even when I was a kid, it's like I liked building stuff with even Lincoln Logs, build stuff for my Joes and stuff. But just like they have things displayed instead of just having guys on the shelf, like kind of tell a story or something. So that's kind of where I've always been. Started making sandbags, like Greg said, 20 years ago or so, and then kind of got out of them for a while, about 10 years ago, and then occasionally I still see people and they say, hey, you got sandbags? And I'd have some, and then Greg approached me. We talked at, I think one of the Joe Cons a couple years ago. And so I said, yeah, I'll get back into making sandbags, and then got back into
He undersells that. Yeah. Greg psychologically terrorizes people.
Yeah. Yeah. So then it's like, so that's just kind of started expanding. It's like the sandbags I've always sold a lot, so made them and sold them, and ammo crates, and those still are some of the best sellers and stuff. And I'm always open to suggestions too. And so Greg's like, hey, you got the olive green ammo crates. Once we do some, that's when we started doing the colored ammo crates for, the more adventure team ones. And so the popular colors seem to be the gray and the black. So I brought some of those with me today too. And then pillows and blankets, just keep expanding. But then one of the newest things I just did was what I call my machine gun outpost accessory set. Basically, I kind of got the idea when when the club announced that for JoeCon they're going to do for the 12-inch set, it's a reproduction of the 1965 series exclusive, the machine gun outpost. And it's like you look at that, and it comes with the netting, and it's just like the Ford Observer sets and all those. It's just like the screen netting; it doesn't lay right or anything. And I made camouflage today like this probably 10 years ago for a diorama we did as a club for a desert theme. And so I just said, hey, I could just make this, and so that's what I did. Made the frame for it, so the netting just lays on the frame. It's all got the woodland camo one has 5 different colors of material, shades, and greens and browns that get woven in through there. Comes with sandbags, your choice of khaki or whatever color you want. I sized the ammo crates that are specific just for this set because the machine gun outpost set comes with the bazooka, and it has the vintage bazooka shells. So these actually fit. Each crate fits 3 vintage bazooka shells. So that's kind of how I came up with that.
Who doesn't have a million of those shells?
Exactly, they were laying around and stuff. And so then it's like, then I kind of went off though and did the Arctic one, which is 3 different colors. And that's just kind of getting back in the adventure team stuff too. You use it for the military or more adventure stuff. And then I also just sell the camo netting by itself, without the framework or anything else too. But on the horizon, I was telling Brian, because years ago I used to sell barbed wire and make barbed wire, and so I'm kind of still thinking about, playing around with that to get that back out. It's kind of a cool little deal, and I always have a couple other little things on the mind too.
And like you said, you're always open to suggestions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I also have a couple of almost like medic bags that I made years ago, and came across those the other day, and so they're loaded with medical stuff and just little things like that, just little diorama accessories and stuff. And started doing, I do the 55-gallon drums, and then started doing some more weathering. I don't sell them. I sell them separate here, but not through Costco and stuff. But yeah, but that was fun, and I just like everybody else, is like, thanks for you guys for keeping me busy, and it's a fun hobby too, awesome hobby.
Absolutely. And you're helping out at Greg's booth this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you guys go by and harangue them.
Yeah.
Give Greg the appropriate amount of grief.
Yeah. My wife was helping us out there today too, so
that's awesome.
We see somebody that, So thank you very much, you guys.
Absolutely. Brian and Kathy is not the most comfortable public speaker, but I will tell you, if you look at that B-17 set, it's immaculate and beautiful. And she worked very hard on every stitch of that. And every piece she's ever done has been fantastically done. And it's not a profit center of her life, but she does it out of pride. And because Jim Marinetti is the hardest taskmaster you get. So if you see Kathy and you see the work of brigade quartermasters, give her feedback. She's always interested in this stuff. Quartermaster's Depot. Well, I'm trying to change your name, folks. Bear with me. But absolutely. She does beautiful work, has brought stuff to Toylanta for years, and you need to give it a little look harder, I think, to really appreciate the amount of detail and work that goes into every piece that she does. Mr. Brian Tatum always sets the pace for all of us locally, making us feel like the laziest bunch of sloths you ever saw. Brian, tell them about some of this stuff.
So Greg emailed me about 3 days ago, and I thought he had probably got the wrong address. That he asked me to set some of my stuff up, and I was very honored that he's asked me to sell some stuff with Cotswold, and I've never felt like I had enough stuff or anything really great enough to do. But I'm excited to be here. Basically, I take junk and I try to turn it into something cool. And then everything that's up here is junk. And I'm honest. Junk. I mean, this was
junk.
This was
junk.
This was AAA battery boxes that I just repainted. That's tape. That's a tape dispenser box that I painted. This is tuna cans that are turned into oil drums. This is free boxes from the post office that I turned into the skull throne. This was extra lumber that I had laying around in the shed that I cut up and built these. So I mean, it's something that is fun for me, and it is just kind of this one I got teased about a lot online. These are actually mascara boxes that my wife actually threw away, and I took out of the trash can and repainted them. So I try to take different things and put them together and make something that's cool. And like Rob said, and like a lot of people have said, I mean, it started out was just for me. I mean, I was like, how can I display my figure? I have a large building that I store all my toys in, so space has not ever been a problem for me. So sometimes I build things too big. So I really have tried to kind of...
A large space is an understatement. We're talking about 5,000 square feet. He's bigger than Toys R Us on the inside.
It's a large space. So I've tried to scale down and try and take, a snapshot of something and make a vignette, that is, you can actually fit on your shelf and not in a warehouse. But it's been very, very fun for me, and I get very excited when people look at it, when people appreciate it, and I always want to share and say, hey, I had all of these Hall of Fame bodies. I have a tub that probably has 150, 200 headless Hall of Fame bodies. Like, what am I going to do with those? I'm going to make mummies out of them. I'd rather have 150 mummies than 150 headless Hall of Fame bodies. So I got mummies all over the place. I got mummies in every shape and form. But I greatly appreciate Greg just letting me come up and just put my stuff out on the table. I feel very excited about it.
Absolutely, and he has for the last several years done accessory sets for our exclusives here at Toylanta, and always come up with a different slant than we had anticipated it being executed in. So, Ryan, thanks, Kathy. We're proud of our local homegrown talent as well. Greg, where can people see Cotswold stuff online?
www.gijoelite.com.
Absolutely, and Greg does great posts on Facebook under the Cotswold banner, and I think you do some of them on your own page.
Instagram and Twitter. We'll have to do Twitter.
And Felipe and Loco Cabanas?
Is www.localporbonacos.com.
I butcher everything, but I do it with a good heart. And Yuri, where can people see your stuff online?
6scaleusa.com.
Absolutely, and the Firebase Ryan said?
Usually, basically, most of it through Cotswold, but I'm getting ready to probably follow Matt's lead and at least do a Facebook page so I can, just for Firebase Ryan, so I can keep things separate. And I got tons of pictures from dioramas I did years ago. Paul Ivy and I set up when we first started doing sandbags and everything. Yeah, so.
And keep a look at.
This address is hard to spell, so just drop by at my booth and get a free sticker card. With
Free?
Yes.
We're all about that. You just mentioned the right price at Toylanta.
And also, would he redesign the uniform for the Lost Squadron of Snow Mountain?
You still have any of those left?
Yeah, they're back there in the back.
It's the 10th anniversary of EJ's Lobby Swap. This is the best set EJ has ever put out, worth every bit of the investment.
Thanks to that man right there, and this man right here.
Absolutely, and he's always open to Jack and Coke as a bribery. So, we appreciate Cotswold continued support. We appreciate the new support from the engineer guy at www.theengineerguy.com. Any kind of casting supplies that you could possibly use, every density of rubberiness that you could possibly. You call those guys, and they'll tell you what the right product for what you're trying to do is, and they'll help you walk through it. If you're a complete novice, they'll guide you to a great execution. We appreciate their being our first outside corporate sponsor. And we appreciate you guys for sticking through this, but I think this is artistry that we all need to celebrate, and I appreciate you hanging out. And Greg, any closing thoughts?
No, I'm good.
All right, go by and pull for more of his stuff because it's all beautiful.
Kathy has words.
Oh, Catherine.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Quartermasters Depot.
Or, create quartermaster. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I kid because I love. But,
buddy of the team. Seriously.
Thank you. Spread the word and spread the love and keep having a great time because it's only getting better from here. So, y'all enjoy, drink, eat, be merry, buy plastic.